edition of Tulsa Little Jam. Yes, I am in pajamas, and yes, they are different from the previous episode. But hopefully you still appreciate these. They're not as festive as the Winnie the Pooh that I had on the last episode, but you're just gonna have to accept it. I'm sorry. But I gotta say, unlike the last band, look at these except for him. Look at these clowns. And you had a robe on earlier.
It's really hot and it's hard to play the...
All right, so we'll let him off the hook for that one.
I wear my moccasins.
He's got his moccasins on, so he's ready to get into somebody's bed. But I'm very excited about this band. These guys came recommended to me. We're always, just when I think there's no chance that we're gonna find more music that's gonna be rocking and rolling in Tulsa, because we are now, this is the 37th episode of Tulsa Little Jam. And so I figured by now, I can't believe it either, but I figured by now we would be running out of bands, but they just keep on coming. And you keep discovering these acts that just continually blow your mind. And that's why we had to have these guys on, because this is like a great mix of everything Oklahoma, everything rock and roll, and just everything unicorn. So you gotta appreciate that. So put your hands together, guys, for BC and the Big Rig!
Hey, thanks for having us tonight. We appreciate it. Table, but you ain't allowed to eat. But there's kings and queens at this party, but you can have the peasant seat. We know you like the fine dining, but we'd sure like to share. But we're running low on the caviar, so could you just be glad you're here? In times like these, you should probably take the high road. But sometimes it just feels good to be so bad. It's hard to make a living when all you're getting are the scraps. Welcome to the circus, the most amazing show you'll ever see. It's filled with danger and excitement. It's got everything that you'd ever need. We know that you bought a ticket, but we can't let you in. There ain't enough room in the big tent, but you can watch it from behind the fence. In times like these, you should probably take the high road. But sometimes it just feels good to be so bad. Lay everything you want to say out on the table. It's just hard to make a living when all you're getting are the scraps. When you're standing at the pearly gates, you're looking up at St. Peter. He's telling you that there's a wait. But you know you've been a good person, tried to live free of sin. But apparently heaven is full, but maybe next time they'll let you in. In times like these, you should probably take the high road. Sometimes it just feels good to be so bad. It's hard to make a living. No, it's hard to make a living. It's hard.
This season of Tulsa Little Jam is presented by...
Let's hear it one more time, guys, for BC and the Big Rig. We got the BC himself is Brandon Clark, who's sitting right next to me and stuff.
That's me.
And that was just like a good, like I'm a big, and I know I don't like to make it sound like I have a preference, but I do just love like a good rockin' sound and stuff.
Thanks.
So that was just like, for me, when I first heard the music online and stuff, I was like, yes, these guys are just like I don't know. There's something about like a nice rock that just like feels good, right? It just makes you feel good. How good does it make you feel?
Good. Thank you.
Sometimes you have to like train them to like.
We've been trying that for a while.
So talk about that though. So I was having a conversation with some of the band members outside, and I said you're going 5 years now.
Yeah, I think January will be the start of our 5th year.
Do you guys have like an anniversary?
We're gonna throw a party at the Mercury Lounge for us.
Oh, that's nice. Nothing cute and romantic, just you guys.
No, just loud rock and roll and
just out rock.
libations.
So how did the? So I mean, obviously, you're definitely closer to my age and stuff. So like you've had like a career in music and whatnot. So
I have.
How did we come to this iteration in your musical career?
Man, I've done it forever. This came about I was basically done with music, and then I'd met Chris through a buddy, and who else? James through a buddy, and they were like, one last try. Let's try this one last thing. And so we did the Big Rig, and we had a different guitar player at first, but James and I, the drummer, wanted Ryan in the band from the get-go. But Ryan was in another band at this point in time. But we knew that we wanted Ryan in the band. But anyway, so our first guitar player decided to go back to Nashville, which was cool with us. So Ryan wasn't available at the time, so Sam, this guitar player over here.
Always been your second choice.
Thanks. Sam's always been our second choice. Not really. But Sam called and said, hey, I know you guys are looking for a guitar player. He's been playing with bands with Chris, the bass player, since they were 13.
Nice.
So he said, I'll fill in. He goes, I don't want to do it full time. I'll just fill in until you find who you want. So Sam got in the band, and we started gigging, and he was like, this is pretty fun. We're doing all right. And about 4 months later, Ryan calls and goes, hey, I'm quitting the band that I'm in. Do you guys still want me to be your guitar player? We said, well, we do, but we really love Sam too. So are you opposed to having 3 guitar players in the band? So he's like, I don't know, we'll try it. So literally within 5 minutes of the first practice, we were like, this is what's meant to be. So
Nice, yeah.
That's how we came here.
When you guys heard that sound all together and whatnot, you were just like, this is it, absolutely sold. I'm curious though, on an alternate timeline, what would have happened if that were not the case?
I would have quit. I was ready to call it quits.
Oh really, you just would have like terminated the whole thing?
I was done
Oh nice.
playing music until I met Chris.
So in the way, you guys, that saved his musical career. It's all because of you.
Thank you guys. But I honestly don't think in 5 years any 5 of us would thought that we would have as much fun as we're having right now and playing the shows that we're playing.
This episode of Tulsa Little Jam is brought to you by...
There's a rumor running this town that the girl at the end of the road, she's some kind of urban legend from the stories I've been told. She don't care, you can say no sinner. It's not like her to pick and choose. No way to even try and fight it. Either way, you're bound to lose. Good Lord, I can hear her calling. I guess the stories must be true. Slow it down, cause my head is spinning. The rain of 10 minute I can do. Head west out of Hubbard's Corner. Go way back in the woods. You never know you're dead man walking. Wouldn't change it even if you could. It's too late when the pot gets midnight. You've been treated like a king. my head is spinning. There ain't a damn thing that I can do. Head west at the Hubbard's corner, go way back in the woods. You never know you're a dead man walking. Wouldn't change it even if you could. It's too late when the clock hits midnight. You've been treated like a king. She'll have your heart before you know it. She's a Louisiana voodoo queen. She's a Louisiana voodoo queen. Ah, the Louisiana voodoo. Thank you so much.
This episode of Tulsa Little Jam is brought to you by.
And it's amazing too. Like I said at the top of the show, is just when I think that there couldn't be more bands for me to discover, I find this whole thing with you guys. You know, like like the Hunt Club and all them. Everyone praises BC and the Big Rig. BC, they had this, and then I uncover that they have this huge following, and it's just like, you know, I don't know if you guys understand how much love and respect there is out there for your sound and everything.
I think we've all been in the scene long enough that we've actually made real solid relationships through the years, and they're not people that book us. They're more our friends than anything. So we kind of view it like that. So.
But in a way, like you almost gave up, and this is like BC and the Big Rig.
Honestly,
that's the one that like everyone is talking about.
Well, it's because of those guys, really. I mean, it's the sound that we get is the 3 guitars and the big drums and big bass and 4-part harmonies and stuff like that. So we're able to do stuff in this band that I don't think any of us have been able to do in our other bands. So,
which is like what?
The 4-part harmonies, you know, guitarmonies is what we call them, like Sam and Ryan doing guitarmonies, and just the overall rockingness of it, I guess.
So what would you think then what is the next? I mean, it's always an interesting question actually to have, but what is, especially for people that have been around a lot longer and stuff, is there a next step?
Absolutely. I mean, we're always looking to get on to bigger and better things. Yeah. In the 5 years, we put out 3 records. We put out a single. I don't know, we're kicking around the idea of recording our New Year's shows for a live CD. And I mean, there's always more things to do. We're lucky enough to get on some big shows. So once you get on some big shows, it's like, well, we want to do that again. What do we got to do that? You know, so it's always kind of chasing the bigger aspect of everything. So
what would be the bigger?
Make a living doing it. Give us a bus.
Oh, that little thing.
Give us a bus.
That old chestnut, getting paid to do what you love to do.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, well, but I mean, do you feel like there's something going on right now that's leading towards that or anything?
I think that we're unique enough that we set ourselves apart as what we do and the direction that we're going and stuff.
Tulsa Little Jam is brought to you by.
Off the new record, this is a song called Randy's Song. So let me tell you about a guy we got back home. A man of the cosmos, free will in his bones. You could find him if you look out off the grid. If you got time, keep in mind you'd be better off if you did. Through the web it sends a tune, makes the trees dance in the moon. So I will call him an old soul, someone that you need to know. He's got a heart that's made of gold, makes everything right. Take you places you've never been, tell you stories from way back when. Couldn't ask for a better friend, he's one of a kind. That's why we call him an old soul, someone that you need to know. He's got a heart that's made of gold, makes everything right. Take you places you've never been, tell you stories from way back when. Couldn't ask for a better friend, he's one of a kind. God bless Randy Crouch.
Tulsa Little Jam is brought to you by...
From this side of life, what would you say is like your sage wisdom for the next generation that's like starting out and whatnot?
So, I don't know. Don't do it like I did it. You know, take 25 years to find the right band, basically, you know, or be a part of the right band, honestly.
Well, you know, sometimes it's like you when you finally get to that one thing, like the people that write that one great American novel, they record that one great album, they do that and whatnot. Do you feel like you've reached that? Is that ever going to go away? No.
No, I don't think we have it all. I think the cool thing about our band is we all write songs. We all bring songs to the band, and literally from where they start to where they end up, it'll change a number of times to get it the way we want it and the way we feel it's big rig.
Right.
So we like going in multiple directions, basically.
And I personally, when you say don't take 25 years to do it and whatnot, it's like, you know, I'm still in my own personal career and stuff. You know, I still keep working. I'm not giving up. I'm gonna keep looking for that next project. You know, that's gonna be like there is wisdom to
absolutely
to give to that next generation about you can't say don't take 25 years.
I was kind of kidding.
No, well, sure, but you know, at the same time, it's just like make the decisions you make, but don't stop fighting for what.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
I mean, I'm still here.
Yeah.
I've ended up with 4 of my best friends, you know. So now we're doing things that we never thought we'd be doing. So
what are some dream venues for you?
Oh man, I don't know. We talk in the band about just getting to the next level of where we're not in a bar every week, we're on a stage.
Right.
You know, whether we're a support band for somebody or we get put on a big enough show where we get to do it ourselves or whatever. So we kind of view it like levels, I guess.
Is there such thing as too much too fast?
Can't get here fast enough for us. We're all married with wives and kids, man. We're like, come on, make it happen. So.
Yeah, but you hear of those bands that just like something happened and something just took off for them in their career, and you could argue that it was just too fast for them, and then they crashed and burned.
Absolutely.
You know, so is there a happy median that you've experienced that, you know, granted maybe you wish it would have taken 15 years instead of 25 years, but
I don't know. I think we're all still figuring it out, really. I mean, I think we all have dreams of where we want our band to be, you know, but it's being in the right place at the right time. It's making the right phone call at the right time. It's being put in front of the right band at the right time. There's a lot of luck and planning involved in getting to a next level or things like that.
But I do like that. I'm a firm believer in that, just taking that next step. That's important. I feel like too much of a giant leap, you might, you know, trip.
Absolutely.
You know, and there's benefits to that obviously too, because you know you learn how to fall and get up again and whatnot.
Yeah,
but,
we've done that a number of times.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I've been there with you.
So.
Well, not with you. Like, we just met.
Yeah, so.
No, that's not true. We met a few weeks ago.
Couple months.
A couple months ago. See, I don't even
Maybe.
know. After a while, it all becomes a big blur. But what do you feel like is for people that want it? Because I keep seeing this thing, and I know I've talked about it, you know, on and off throughout all the different episodes we've filmed and whatnot, that the music scene in Tulsa is, while it's supported on the inside and everybody is so supportive of each other in the community in general, and yet the sound is so amazing, and it's, you know, starting to slowly eke out there and whatnot, but how do we get more of the world to know about the Tulsa music scene?
I think it's happening. I mean, it is a slow process, but I think the level of musicianship and bandship in Tulsa right now is incredible. I mean, you can come here any night of the week and find whatever you're looking for and any genre of music that you're looking for, and everybody that's doing it is great that's doing it. So, I mean, it just takes time. For most, most everything takes time, unless you're that flash in the pan, one-hit wonder kind of thing. But I think Tulsa's definitely on a great path. I mean, I don't know. I don't worry about Tulsa because I know the caliber of musicians and bands that are here. It's going to happen. It's just a matter of time.
This episode of Tulsa Little Jam is brought to you by
Said I never dreamed that I'd be in this place. In the blink of an eye, everything changed. Now the thoughts in my head, they just drift away. Said I never dreamed that I'd be in this place. 'Cause life always changes. It's a bittersweet surprise. You get knocked down, no one sticks around. It's a fight to survive. And out of the darkness, hope will arise. It's time to be free, so don't give up on me, 'cause I'm still alive. So many words that I want to say, but I'm surrounded by walls that stand in the way. So maybe tomorrow, just not today. So many words that I want to say, 'cause life always changes. It's a bittersweet surprise. You get knocked down, no one sticks around. It's a fight to survive. And out of the darkness, hope will arise. It's time to be free, so don't give up on me, 'cause I'm still alive. This is over and over again and again. This can't be real life, it must be pretend. What I wouldn't give for family and friends. This is over and over again and again. So too many people have come and gone. Behind these locked doors, love holds strong. They said it's always the darkest right before the dawn. So with hope in my heart, I'll carry on. 'Cause life always changes. It's a bittersweet surprise. You get knocked down, no one sticks around. It's a fight to survive. And out of the darkness, hope will arise. It's time to be free, so don't give up on me, 'cause I'm still alive. It's time to be free, so don't give up on me, 'cause I'm still alive.
This episode of Tulsa Little Jam is brought to you by...
So, help me understand, how would you describe the Tulsa sound, what's called the Tulsa sound, and how your band relates to that? Or is it just something you don't think it relates to the label that you ignore?
No, there's definitely a Tulsa sound. I don't think it's us. But, I mean, and I don't mean that bad. I mean, to me, a Tulsa shuffle is like a Tulsa shuffle. You know, it's a 3-chord shuffle and really cool lyrics. It tells cool stories, and it's kind of jammy, and you know, it's not as rock as we are, but it's not country or nothing. It's just kind of really cool shuffle, you know, with cool guitars and very cool lyrics. And
I was corrected actually once about that you can't, that the Tulsa sound is a very specific classification. Like that's the Leon Russell, J.J. Cale, that sort of thing. That's the Tulsa sound, and that I should never refer to the overall scene as that. That it's the Tulsa music scene versus the Tulsa sound. Like it's like a reverence.
Yeah,
if you will.
absolutely. Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah, but is that the kind of thing that sort of does that get it? Does it become monotonous if too many bands try to give a nod to the Tulsa sound versus discovering their own new sound, or finding their own voice and stuff like that?
I don't think a lot of people do it around here. There's a group of guys that do it, and they do it exceptionally well.
Yeah.
And other than that, I mean, those group of guys are kind of who I see doing it. But that's just me. I don't know of a whole lot more people doing it outside of those group of guys.
Well, I really want to thank you so much for coming out tonight and stuff. For real though, because it was like a really rockin', whatever, Tulsa sound, Tulsa music, whatever you want to call it. To me, that was like really great. Like to me, that was rock and roll.
Yeah,
and it was just like, it was like a real good, like solid rock and roll and stuff.
In our band, the 5 of us, we all 5 have completely different influences.
Right.
And so all of those influences come to play in our band. And so you might get, from song to song might be totally different, but you'll hear everything in our songs, I think.
I think that's cool, because it's like, then that to me is like a very, otherwise if it was just like one man, one ring rules them all, it just wouldn't be, it would just get so stagnant after a while.
Absolutely.
And I think that's cool that it's 5 different people influenced by so many different others and whatnot, but yet you do it cohesively as one group.
Yep.
And I think that to me is like a really cool way of approaching it. I'm not saying it's the right or wrong way or anything like that, but for me, I think that's cool.
Yeah, that's how we operate best.
Yeah, and it's in the sound shows. I think it comes across the sound.
Thank you.
Let's give it up one more time, guys, for BC and the Big Rig. And thank you very much, guys, for being here for Tulsa Little Jam. As we continue season 3, we look forward to bringing you a bunch more amazing bands throughout the Tulsa music scene. And we're very honored to have been kicking off our first couple of tapings here at the Dennis R. Neill Equality Center. And we hope you'll keep spreading the word. Check us out on Facebook, on YouTube, on our website, tulsalittlegam.com. And hopefully soon we'll also be streaming across multiple other platforms coming to you in 2020. So as the music and the sound of Tulsa continues to grow, hopefully Tulsa Little Jam is going to continue to grow along with you, and it's because of all the support of the people here and for the people out there in our audience. So thank you very much. And once again, BC and the Big Rig.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, brother. That was awesome.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Life always changes. It's a bittersweet surprise. You get knocked down, no one sticks around. It's a fight to survive.